Hello everyone, Chris Beast here, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the knives. Now, I ain't going to be talking about their stats or like usability, since they're all equally horrible. It's not even just because of their damage, it's more so because they have the worst hitboxes in the game. Alright, so moving into these knives. The first knife we have is the ATM Bayonet. The ATM Bayonet has a very nice wooden handle, as well as a pretty clean blade. It also, of course, as a bayonet, sports the small little ring which you could use theoretically to attach it to a rifle or something. This is a nice little, design choice. And also talking about the blade itself, you have a very slick, small teeth on the backside with a very sharp side on the front. The ATM Bayonet also has a pretty cool skin in general with the etched. I don't think it's the greatest skin on any knife, but it looks pretty nice. It changes the color palette of the ATM Bayonet from, earthy and wooden and, metal to much more like synthetic. Moving on, we have the John. The John has a cloth handle and a giant blade. It's also the only special issue knife, and I said I wouldn't talk stats, but this is kind of a big deal when it comes to the John. The John also has a not too polished blade. You can see several cracks and dents, and honestly that gives it more of a worn-in feel. It's an amazing blade, and you have that stainless steel, the actual stainless steel blade itself on the edge, and then adding to the fact that you have the rainbow skin for the John, which makes it look miles better. And then there is, of course, Golden Cross and Silver Cross, the two new skins for it, which, I'm not the hugest fan of either of them, but both of them have their place. Moving on, we have the Falkniven A1. The Falkniven A1 looks like a kitchen knife, and I don't like it very much. It's very rectangle. There is barely any guard on the knife. I mean, yeah, knives probably shouldn't have guards, but something of a guard would make it look better. Its blade is really, broken up and has tons of cracks and stuff. It really just looks like a kitchen knife. The next knife is the RM14. The RM14 has a slightly dinged up blade, but the blade looks amazing on the RM14. You have a gold guard, and you have, once again, a cloth or synthetic grip. The grip also has finger holes, so it would, I would assume, be very comfortable to hold in real life. The unique thing about the RM14's blade is that really close to the guard, it is slightly thinner, and then it juts out and expands. So you can see that in the little arch on the blade. I think this blade looks awesome, and moving on to the next one. Next up, we have the GFK. The GFK is a really cool looking blade, being the fact that it's has a pretty nice, clean blade itself. I mean, a couple dings here and there. It is also a darker color, meaning I'm going to assume it's not steel, but is instead iron or more like, basic metal. It has a guard that has little side things that like poke up, and has a green hilt. The green hilt in particular is something I think that makes the GFK look awesome. You have that nice green, I'm going to guess that's cloth. It just looks very unique. It's something that you can, when you look at the knife, is like, okay, this knife is not insert random knife number 33. Next is the KDV. The KDV, in my opinion, is just a worse ATM Bayonet. Much like the ATM Bayonet, it has very small holes, though. These are not bayonet holes for a rifle, just small random holes. Its blade is very similar to the not the ATM Bayonet, more like the GFK's blade. It also has a wooden handle. In general, I just don't have much positive to say about the the KDV, because it's not too special. It just seems like the middle ground for a lot of the other knives we have. We have one of my favorite knives, the Puko. The Puko, historically speaking, is a traditional Finnish knife, and it looks like it. It has a nice carved wooden handle with a pretty nice looking, flat blade. It looks like something you could shank someone with, really, if we're going to be honest. I love the design of the Puko, and the Puko screams to me like a stab, not like a slice weapon, but a stab weapon. The fact that knives in Vigor don't stab, they only slice, I mean, it's a shame. I would have loved to imagine a Puko sticking out of someone's side as they're sprinting away from me. But no, in all seriousness, the Puko is an amazing looking knife, and I think it looks dope. Moving on, we have the UTon blade. The UTon is a amazing looking knife with a very clean looking blade and a synthetic grip. This thing looks like something you would get out of like a combat knife or like a, the stereotypical, buying a knife online for shanking purposes. I think it looks dope. It's also interesting that this is one of the common rarity knives, and it still looks amazing. I would like to see more skins for the UTon. I think it could benefit from more skins, but that's just me. Alright, finally we have the VZ58P bayonet. This bayonet looks awesome with a very nice red wood base and a nice looking blade that looks a lot like a switchblade. It also is a believable bayonet due to it, it looks like something a bayonet could, look like. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I think its blade is well designed. It has a very darker colors, but it also has, a little rail on the top of the blade. It very much looks like something that's supposed to be pointing down like a bayonet does. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Again, this has just been my opinions on the bayonets, and I know this isn't like a video that a lot of you have been requesting. This week when it came to recording, it was a little tough, and I didn't really get a lot of the footage I needed. Next week we'll have some good videos, I promise. I'm working on some more interesting, more, actually thought-provoking videos than just what knives look like. I hope you guys stay around and enjoy. This has been Christopher Beast, and I'll see you all next time.